Live on Your Health Tonight, an unusual cough that should get your attention, and your doctor is here to explain is Dr. Ali Raja, Deputy Chair of the Department of Emergency Medicine at Mass General. Dr. Raja, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Erica.
All right, we're talking about whooping cough, or as Erica
whooping.
says, whooping. Let's just say pertussis. Most of us have been vaccinated against it, but the CDC now says, Dr. Raja, that cases are soaring in this country. Does that echo what you're seeing and hearing in the ER?
It is, Ben. It's what we're seeing, and it's not just us. You know, the CDC just published data that shows that cases of whooping cough, now you've got me, or whooping cough, now you've got me second guessing how I pronounce it, across the country are 5 times higher than they were at this point just last year. 15,000 cases so far in 2024 compared to just 3,000 in 2023. So it's a huge jump compared to just last year.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about that cough. How serious is it? What is the telltale sound, and what's the best way to treat it and prevent it?
Oh yeah, great questions, Erica. You know, the fact is that the tricky thing about pertussis is that when it's early on, it kind of just seems like a common cold. You've got a little bit of a cough and a runny nose. But then after the first week to 10 days, the cough really gets worse and you get this characteristic whooping sound. Now, the problem is that when you have you can have these long coughing fits, and that whoop is because your airway is narrow and you're breathing back in and inhaling after the cough. So it's cough, 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 whoop. I can't even simulate a whoop, but imagine the whoop. And that's such a severe cough that patients can vomit, and they can even break a rib from that really hard coughing.
All right, let's talk about some other respiratory viruses out there and some other things that frankly can start like they seem to be a cold. I'm talking about pneumonia. Full disclosure, we both, Erica and I both had children in the last month that had pneumonia, were diagnosed, had to go on antibiotics
and a
to
number of
finally
friends.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people, Dr. Raja, with school-age kids. I know you also have school-age kids that have pneumonia this time of the year with school going back in session. Is it seem higher to you, or what are you guys seeing?
It does. You know, we're actually seeing a fair bit of COVID as well, just because of the fact that with kids going back to school, I know that at our school, for example, there was a whole group of teachers and even kids that ended up with COVID. The thing about these viral infections like RSV and COVID and the flu is they can often lead to a secondary pneumonia. Your tissues are damaged and a bacterial infection can get in there as well. So it's really hard to distinguish without your pediatrician checking you out. So if your kid's coughing, if they've got a runny nose, if they've got a fever, make an appointment with your pediatrician to make sure they don't have something more severe like a pneumonia.
And anecdotally, a number of the antibiotics, there have been specific ones that have been working over the traditional antibiotics. We found that too.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that every year we get an antibiogram at the hospital that shows this year, these are the antibiotics that are most effective against these bacteria. And it changes every year. And so as we start the new respiratory infection season, we're going to be using potentially different antibiotics than we were even using last year.
And one more quick question, Dr. Raja. How many days in with a fever do you go to the doctor? Is it 3, 4, 5 days in?
I usually give it a day or two, but if it's gone on to 3 days, get checked out because it might be something more severe.
Okay, good advice,
Yeah,
Dr. Ali Raja.
Thank you.